Have you ever wondered where the term draconian comes from and why it signifies severity? Well, it all begins with a man named Draco, the first recorded legislator of Athens, Greece, in the 7th century BC. Draco was renowned, or perhaps infamous, for the severity of his legal code. In Draco's Athens, the law was no laughing matter. Even minor offenses were met with the most severe of punishments. Theft, for instance, was not met with a slap on the wrist or a stint in jail. No, under Draco's law, the punishment for theft was death. Yes, you heard that right, death for stealing, but why such severity? Well, Draco believed that small crimes were just as harmful to the community as big ones. He viewed every offense as an affront to societal order, deserving of the harshest penalty. It's no wonder the term draconian has come to represent any harsh or cruel law. So what led Draco to draft such extreme laws? Let's delve into the social and political context of Athens in Draco's time to understand the backdrop against which these severe laws were conceived. Athens was a city riddled with corruption, with the scales of justice often tipped in favor of the affluent and influential. The socio-economic divide was stark, with the less fortunate often feeling the brunt of this biased legal system. Draco's law was an attempt to address these issues head-on. It was designed to provide a standardized legal code that was visible to the public. Prior to Draco, legal practices were largely secretive, often leaving room for manipulation and corruption. Draco's laws were a beacon of transparency, a stark contrast to the murky legal practices that preceded it. Furthermore, the laws aimed to bridge the socio-economic divide that was rampant in Athens. The laws were indeed severe, but they were also impartial. The rich could no longer bend the law to their favor, and the poor were no longer automatically at a disadvantage. The laws were equal, and they treated everyone the same, regardless of their social or economic status. In Draco's view, his laws were not harsh, but equal as they treated the rich and the poor alike. It was a bold attempt to bring order to a chaotic society, to make justice not just a privilege for the few, but a right for all. But what happened after Draco implemented his laws? Did they achieve their intended purpose? In the aftermath of Draco's laws, the public reacted with discontent. The laws were seen as overly harsh, punishing minor offenses with death. This severity led to an outcry among the citizens of Athens, who felt that the punishments did not fit the crimes. Yet the discontent did not go unheard. It eventually led to the implementation of Solon's laws, replacing much of Draco's draconian code. Solon, a statesman of Athens, brought about more humane laws, focusing on fairness and equality. He abolished debt slavery and introduced a system where punishment was proportional to the crime. Interestingly, though, one aspect of Draco's laws was retained: the law on homicide. This law was considered groundbreaking for its time. It was the first time that the act of murder was distinguished from other forms of killing, such as justifiable homicide or accidental death. This distinction remains a cornerstone in modern legal systems worldwide. So, while Draco's laws may have been harsh, they were not without their merits. They paved the way for a more transparent and codified legal system, setting a precedent for future lawmaking. The laws of Draco demanded accountability and transparency, principles that continue to underpin our legal systems today. Despite their harshness, Draco's laws marked a significant step towards a more transparent and codified legal system. So what can we take away from the story of Draco's law? Born from a time of social unrest, Draco's law marked a significant turning point in the history of legal systems. It was a codified set of rules etched in stone that sought to bring consistency and predictability to law enforcement. This was a time when the arbitrary whims of those in power were replaced with something more concrete and less prone to personal interpretation. The rationale behind Draco's law was simple and straightforward: to deter crime through the fear of harsh punishment. Yet the severity of these punishments sparked controversy and unrest, leading to the eventual reform of these laws. The aftermath and legacy of Draco's law cannot be understated. It served as a catalyst for change, paving the way for more equitable and humane legal systems. While Draco's law may have been harsh, it set the stage for the development of more equitable legal systems, reminding us of the ongoing evolution of justice.